is where Marshall talks about stuff. Follow me. This is the Marshall Show. This is the best show, the Marshall Show, the Marshall Show, the Marshall Show, the Marshall Show. This is the best Marshall Show. The Marshall Show. We're here, right? We have finally arrived. The setup is here. Okay? Everything is set up. Now, am I saying that it's the best? Am I saying that it's completely ready? No. Okay? I started today. So I'm not saying that. And thank you, Bargain, already. Already, Bargain? I appreciate it. Okay? So I might not have everything set. It might not be perfect. And that's fine. Okay? You have to just wait. Let me cook. I've never streamed like this before. So I'm trying my best. I really am. Please trust me. Okay, trust me, I am. Okay, but I think everybody that's here so far, you guys are amazing. I love you guys, obviously. And today we are here to react to this podcast clip. Okay? This podcast clip, I'm reacting to the whole podcast. I'm going to get that out the way. But this clip has started such a ridiculous discourse that I had to watch it myself. Okay? I had to watch it myself because I haven't watched the whole podcast, and everybody keeps saying to watch it to understand the full context. Okay? So that's what we're going to do today. It might be long. It might be a little boring. I don't watch Drew. I don't really do it often. So maybe we're going to see a lot of fluff. And if we do, maybe I'll skip forward. Maybe we'll just watch it anyway, because who knows? It might be good. Okay? But that's what we're going to do. But how are you guys doing? You guys like it? It's not perfect yet. Okay? It's not perfect yet. But it's enough. It's enough for right now. And that's what matters. Okay? I originally was thinking about watching that stupid EDP documentary, but I couldn't muster the thought of doing it. It just disgusted me, to be completely honest. It really did. So I'm not going to do that. So this is my second best thing. It was kind of spur in the moment. It was kind of spontaneous. So, keep that in mind. Keep it in mind. This is not something I was planning to do. So later, in the future, things will be more formulated. I didn't really post that much today either because I was just so focused on trying to put out a good stream. So I appreciate you guys saying it's good and it's peak. I appreciate it. To the bottom of my heart, I do, okay? We're going to do good. And check this out. How about this? Because Marshall, that's not that bad, right? That's not bad, ain't it? Was that pretty good? Did I cook just now? Was that cool? Y'all saw that? All right, hopefully that worked. All right, welcome back, Apollo. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody. Okay? So, yeah, we're going to watch it. And I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be good. So, I guess we should just start it off. I have my headphones here so that I can listen. And it's time to start. I hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are having a good time. Because I know I am. Well, not really. This took a lot to do. It took a lot to do, but it was worth it because Marshall wants to deliver. So let's start, right? Let's start. We have Drew right here. So this podcast came out apparently a year plus ago, right? So this is not new. And I think that's important to set the scene because people started actually putting this back into the limelight because a random conservative made a video about it and spread a lot of fear mongering, let's say that. Some trans panic, some classic trans panic. So I want you guys to keep that in mind because it's important to understand that this is an old clip. It's very important, okay? Without further ado, let's watch Drew cook. right? And again, I'm not like a fan of these people really. I don't hate them, but I have no bias. I'm not parasocial. These people are just strangers to me. So I'm not going to come in here and have some weird bias and be like, oh my God, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to react to it honestly. And as, you know, I'm going to try to keep my integrity. Um, so we are going to start. And if it's not loud enough, just let me know. But I want you guys to be able to hear me. So that's the only reason why it might not be too loud. But let's start watching, shall we?
Obviously, we know you're a Gemini. I already knew that about you. And that you're from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
Right?
Any Geminis in the chat? Shout out. Geminis in the chat? Can I get some W's for some Geminis in the chat? I'm not a Gemini, I'm a Leo. So, but I just wanted to put that out there. I'm going to try to preface, this isn't the type of content I usually watch. All right, so if I cringe, this is not saying that they're bad people. It's just not for me. That's fine, right? What's up, Junior? What's up, everybody coming in? What's up? So like, just keep that in mind. If I start cringing and I'm like ill, it's just not for me. Okay, I'm not gonna say ill, but I just don't want it to come off as I'm hating, because I'm not. You know. Everyone's coming in. I already got a hater. Stop streaming. Come on, what'd I do? All right, let's continue.
Listing my disabilities. That's crazy.
HIPAA.
You guys think I should get an intro like that? Also, I really need. See, I'm already pausing it. What am I? That's how you know I'm a real streamer. But I also want to say I don't know either of them. I have no idea who ER Fightmaster was. I do know that they're non-binary, and that's it. So keep that in mind. Really, like truly. I know I keep having so much prefaces, but it's important. So please, please, please. We'll go through this a little bit.
Just a little.
And then I want kind of to be torn apart.
There you go. I got to edge.
This is a takedown.
Yeah. Build you up, take you down.
Yeah.
Bruh. I'm so happy to have you back.
I have only grown more and more obsessed with you in our
Likewise.
In our absence from one
You guys
another.
obsessed with me?
Like, watching you all year long, getting your book, listening to your book. I chose to listen.
That is
because
true.
I wanted to hear your voice. It was horny if you haven't heard.
Sorry. I'm trying to break the awkward tension. I know Drew is not white at all. So let's make that clear. So let's keep going. I'm sorry guys. I'm not used to watching like long videos and reacting to it. All right? So I don't know if I'm ready to just listen to an hour of banta, but we're going to get through it. We are.
Miss each other.
It's horny because it was activism, but it was like
which is funny because when I've heard my voice, I feel like I sound a little cornball. But I don't feel like that when I hear my voice in other things.
How do I sound? How do I sound, chat? How do I sound, chat?
My book for some reason.
I don't ever need to hear my voice, and I have chosen only careers in which I'm gonna hear it all the time. And every time I hear it, I'm like, that's fucking gross.
You were telling me that you've narrated audiobooks and you've done audio erotica.
I've done it.
Y'all feeling it? This pretty good? Right? It's pretty good, right? I don't know. Just gotta break the tension.
Audio erotica, and which was hard.
It's
like fun,
imagine.
but it's hard. And you.
Would y'all mind if I skip through just a little bit? Just a little bit. Just to get to some real juice, I want to get to the real juice of it. You know what I mean? Or do you guys want to watch the whole thing? It's up to you guys. It doesn't matter to me. We can watch the whole thing and really, really dissect it because that's what Drew said to do. Or we can kind of skip through. But if you're feeling it, let's watch the whole thing. I don't care. I don't mind. You feeling it? I got the setup, punk. Look at me. I'm like a real streamer now. A palate cleanser. You don't need it. This is good stuff. But after we watch it, yeah, I'll just skip through.
You
Let's
this
see.
like
You're at for a sec.
yeah.
You go ahead and take over for me then. Why don't you do that? Take the reins
Rip
from
it,
me.
Angela.
Force my own cackle, and it doesn't sound anything like my real laugh, but
Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to do him so dirty. I'm not trying to do him so dirty. I'm just trying to see if we can find somewhere. You know, I'll just let him talk. Look at me. I'm being rude. Right? No, you guys all want me to skip through too. Okay.
I just kind of have to give it to him.
Fake laughter is like it's
Let's
so
see what's
much
going on
work.
over here. Most replayed.
I've told people before, it's imperative that cis women have this
Okay,
conversation
yeah,
with you.
so-
I don't give a told them before.
I really had to do everything I was told my whole life, and you have not.
Yeah.
So let's
You've
see.
not think that
We're
it
getting
is
into the juice definitely over here.
How I felt. I'm obsessed with these cis women that hate trans women because
Well, is this a good part? Because they're definitely talking about cis trans discourse. So
Kidding has made women freak than me saying they're
let's try to get to the
defend-
beginning of this conversation.
you are really projecting like your own anxieties.
I literally was like, I feel like you bitches don't know me at all.
I-
like, what the fuck?
Do they think that we got here by like thinking that we need to be palatable?
Well, you know what I started hearing after I was attacking transphobes the other day.
Okay, let's keep going.
That is
We're about to be here. I just want to get to the beginning of when they start talking about it. This is definitely the juice. This is the juice. But I really want to get the full context of the conversation.
But especially trans women, because they were the ones being attacked at the time. And I made a video defending them, and all I said was,
touch.
yeah,
of, like,
absolutely.
Our fans are so aligned.
They are.
Okay, we can start here. This is good. This is good. This is good right here. They're about to probably get into it. Thank you for subscribing, Meme Lord. But yeah, we got it right here. Ooh. You know what they say about people who can crack their knuckles? You know what they say. But yeah, we're going to start right here. This is good. So let's go into it.
It's like trying to figure out how, like, especially with like this was, you know, especially if you're like a non-binary person, like in these relationships with women, they're trying to figure out how not to fully alienate an audience while turning them on. Where they're like, if you look gigantic, that's too scary, but we do want you to be taller because you're the man, but you're not a man. Yeah.
Like, you're the boy.
You're the boy.
Technically.
You're kind of like, we kind of want like,
Do y'all think these laughs are genuine? I always wonder that when I hear like podcasts like this. Or you think that's just good host banter? Because I understand like wanting to make your guests feel, you know, funny and whatever. But like, I wish I can laugh like that. I've never had such jubilation in my entire life because I guess I lack the dopamine. But I always wonder if like these laughs are genuine or they're just trying to harp it up. You know, hell no, they're fake. Yeah, probably. I don't know. They're just so not visceral. They're just so, you know, they're fake. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that ER isn't funny. They seem hilarious. They seem funnier than Marshall. All right, but and now I went back because that was my number key. All right, we're coming back.
to me, because I'm like, okay, great. Like, we're doing a good job
All right, I'm not the best. All right, I already messing up, but we're getting back.
here. Like, this
Yeah.
is
Groups. And I'm very proud of that. I know your fans are like that too, because when I posted the cut down from our first episode together, first of all, 1 million likes. Second of all,
It was funny.
everybody in the comments was like, I can't believe you know who ER Fightmaster is. Oh my god, I can't believe. Like, they are. It's literally a circle. Our fan bases are a circle. Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, first of all, let me get that tattooed. and like don't worry about you, and that feels empowering. Like when
Yeah.
somebody goes into the comments and says something negative to you, I'm fully like,
We're here. I'm not gonna do anything. We're just gonna watch.
Dumbass.
I'm ready. I'm like, she's about to take back the night.
My friend Kyle Prue, he messaged me. I put it in my dump the other day, but he messaged me. Watching people wander into your DMs looking for a fight feels like watching Joe Pesci go in the Home Alone house a million times.
Oh my
Just like
God.
constantly going in.
It's a good reference. Joe Pesci, Home Alone. But you know, they're not wrong. As a content creator, there's so many times where people DM me, and I'm really wondering, do they expect me to reply and have this long discourse about if I'm a loser or not, or do they even expect me to read it and get affected by it? Because I feel like it shows that you are really, really a loser if you're going into creators' DMs and trying to hate. Like, and it's not even a thing where I'm so above them in a sense of like my fame and my clout, but it's like, why am I gonna waste my time really caring about this person, especially if they don't like me, you know? So it's like, it's not going to happen. I'm not gonna reply. And you know what's really funny? The times where um I do reply to these people, which is rare, like once or twice, they completely switch up. They say, you know, I didn't expect you to really reply, and I think you have a point. I thought you were here for the smoke, big guy. Talking about I have a point. Like, what do you mean I have a point? Like, why did you even, what were you even doing? Guys, I have a story. I know I don't talk about sex work a lot, but I have this story that is so crazy. And then we're going to get back to the video. I'm sorry. But can I tell you guys this story? The gall of this person was nuts. Let me tell you. If you guys don't want me to tell you, I won't say it. Okay? But it's not super graphic, but it's just such, it relates to this for real. But I won't say if I have people who are squeamish in the chat. In the chat. In the chat. You know? Also, I've been sitting on this chair for like 6 hours now trying to do this shit. Man, my ass hurts, boy. Welcome, Addie. Marshall fan club, that's crazy. But welcome to the chat. So this actually happened when I was posting on Reddit and stuff. And someone in the comments, or not in the comments, someone DM'd me and they said, I know your stuff is fake. And I was like, hold on. How'd you know? I didn't think they were fake. I thought, because I took the picture. So how are they fake? And that actually got to me because I'm trying to like sell stuff, and if people start saying I'm faking it, it's like whatever. So I'm like, what? Why do you think it's fake? You know, why would you think it's fake? This person, and I'm telling you, they were very hostile in the first message. This person, they go, oh, I don't know. I just think it's fake. How about you send a bunch of videos in the chat because there's no way a dick can look this perfect. I'm like, get out of my DMs. Like, people switch up so quick, and I know for a fact that they weren't trying to bait me into this. I promise you, with all things, strike me down if I'm lying, they really were trying to be antagonistic in the beginning. And people switch up like that. So it's like, at least keep the same energy. You know, like how are you gonna go to my DMs and switch up way too much? You know, so I relate to what they're saying because people really have the gall in the comments and in your DMs, and I don't reply to DMs anymore because of that. I'm not replying to anyone's DMs. I'm not even gonna get myself in a controversy by answering a question that I didn't do in my content. I'm not answering DMs. All right. And I feel bad, like I answer one person DMs, and I feel like I have to do all. I'm just not doing it. It gives me anxiety. I have issues, guys. Please, Marshall can't handle it, and I'm only not doing it because my hotkey might mess up the YouTube. But I'll go like this. I'll go like this. Where are we at? 38:14. Because Marshall, Can't handle it. And then we can go back to 3814. I have to change my hotkey to something else, apparently. Let's see. Okay. Let's go. You ready? You guys ready? All right.
I was like, yeah, they never learn, do they? It's actually so funny you say that too, because recently I made a video defending trans women, trans people in general, but especially trans women, because they were the ones being attacked at the time. And I made a video defending them, and all I said was, like, this is literally what I said in the video. I said, if you're a transphobe and it's 2025, your ass stinks. That's all I said. I said, you have shit in your ass, and your breath stinks, and you have no friends. Like, nobody likes you. You're a fucking loser. That's all I said.
Is she lying?
I didn't specify a person. I didn't specify a group. I literally just said, if you're a transphobe or a TERF, your ass stinks. Like, and it's science.
See, that is my written word.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, why am I in praise?
Yeah.
This happened without me thinking.
The spirit's calling to you.
Wow. Yes.
All right, now. I don't know anything about ER, but damn, I don't think they're that funny now. All right? And I'm not saying they're not funny at all, but that funny, like, damn, I don't even get those reactions, man. Damn, and I try hard. But Drew is talking facts, because, like, these people are losers. These people are chuds. And it's like you're putting so much energy into something that you really don't have to do. You could probably put that energy into things that actually matter. But you're putting that energy to be transphobic for what? It's just lazy. It's lame. It's nasty. In 2025 and now 2026? Like, come on. I thought we were better. You know? I should get those reactions. I agree. Like, well, what do I gotta do? I gotta do a little quip joke? Like, what about me? I'm doing the robot. Is that good enough? I don't know. Let's keep watching.
God.
And that's all I
damn.
said. And you know what's funny is I have never, and this was my issue too when the election happened. When the election happened, I was posting crazy shit. I was posting all kinds of shit. Every year leading up to the election, I've been doing that. And so when I posted, like, hey, fuck that bitch. Like, I posted that I hated him and I hate anybody who supports him. I can't even tell you how many women were like, you're telling me that you don't want Trump supporter followers? We can't agree to disagree. No.
No. Log off.
And also me of all people.
No. Why are you even watching Drew if you're a Trump supporter anyway? What about her content made you feel like this was a safe space for MAGA dorks? Like, how does that even make any sense? Why would you think that is even a platform that you're welcome to be in? So people saying that, it throws me. Like, some people in my comments are like, I don't agree with anything you're saying, but I respect you. It's like, okay, what is so good about my content if what I'm saying you're vehemently disagreeing with? Like, what's even the appeal? You're just watching someone you don't like, basically. You like the way I say it, but you don't like what I say. So you're just here for the aesthetics. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, please go. I'm like,
Off. Delete your account.
I was like, me of all, you're asking me if is that a joke? Like, I literally was like, I feel like you bitches don't know me at all. Like, what the fuck?
Do they think that we got here by, like, thinking that we need to be palatable?
Well, you know what I started hearing after I was attacking transphobes the other day, because the person who started this shit is a TERF, right? So I was like saying, you guys are fucking TERFs, and your ass stinks just like a transphobe because you are a transphobe.
and you know, it's funny, a year later, I'll see you, yawn. A year later, her calling people TERFs is literally like self-destructing her career. And like, it's so weird to me where people are saying, oh, you just want to throw that word around all the time. And it's like, you know what? It's so funny. These people who are so horribly transphobic, calling you a TERF is probably a compliment, because you're not just transphobic. You aren't even a feminist. Like, you're just a raging conservative, you know? You're lucky you're not getting called something even worse. I would have called you a damn loser, ugly ass chud, you know? So it's like, for people to have that criticism to be like, oh, you're calling everyone terrorist. Well, how about everyone's transphobic? How about that? Because everybody is. Like, you guys are going absolutely crazy in these comments. It's the same thing when white people who are racist are like, "Ugh, black people just want to call everyone racist." It's like, you are. And if you're not racist, I'm not talking about you. So I don't know why you feel so slighted, you know? Yes, James, we got it set up. It's not perfect yet, but we got it set up. We're looking pretty good, you know? You know, I can go like this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I got something. I can do this. Don't worry. This is worth it, I promise. This is worth it. I can go like this. Okay, I don't have so much sound bites on my thing yet. I can go like this. How about you shut the fuck up? Oh, I didn't play because my sound is low. Hold on. Bear with me. How it is. How about you guys are terrorists? You guys are terrorists. You know, it's really interesting how about that? That was good? Yeah. I'm a streamer now. I'm the best streamer alive. Kai Sanat, please call me. Oh, Marshall, can you please come over here? Because I want you to stream at the university. I'm actually making my own university. It's the Marshall University, and now you gotta join me, and you gotta put your application in because I'm not gonna do it anymore. Like, come on now. Who's doing it like this? Huh? Who's doing it like this?
And they were like, I'm not transphobic. Okay. So you're afraid of trans people. I'm not transphobic. I just don't want them near me. What's the fucking difference?
They don't want to be near you either, you dumb freak.
No shit. That's why I was like, I don't.
Yeah, people conflating phobias to the old colloquial term of we're scared of them. It's 2026. You know we're not talking about that. Please don't be obtuse.
Give a fuck. If it looks like a duck and it talks like a duck, I'm gonna call it a fucking duck. You
think me and my boys want to be hanging out with you fucks?
That's why I was like, they want to be nothing more than to be left alone.
100%.
You bitches can't mind your own fucking business.
I love the idea that they're asking because I
think dropping a lot of F bombs. Come on, I'm trying to stay monetized.
I think that's absolutely true. And the minute someone is transphobic, I feel like I learn everything about their sex life. I mean, truly, you're just the concern that you have for others is for others being themselves, for living joyfully,
right? Exactly. For daring to be happy.
They said it's small day energy. All right, that's what they're saying to y'all. All right, so don't be transphobic, because that means that you got nothing. You get no play. You a loser. You a chud.
To not want to die.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
all this shit that you are really projecting your own anxieties and self-hatred onto them.
Yep.
And I learn how crooked the dick is. I learn how small it looks even when it's hot out. You know what I mean?
Now I have to say this, okay? I gotta say this for my brothers out there. There's nothing wrong with a crooked dick. There's nothing wrong with a small dick. All right? So don't take offense. They're trying to insult purposely, but there's nothing wrong with any size. It's what's in here. Okay? So, it's fine. And the fan club is not a bot. They just did this. They're not a bot. All right? They're a loyal supporter. Don't worry.
It could be the hottest day on earth.
Yeah, you got the kind of balls that don't get longer when it's swampy out.
That's not in the cards for you.
No.
And then when I was, I had women like attacking me and telling me I wasn't for women because I dared to defend trans women, our most vulnerable. That's crazy. To which what's ironic about that is the week I made that video, I had Dylan on the show again for an All-Star episode.
Gorgeous.
And I was like, see, I know TERFs have never, ever, ever, ever interacted with trans people in real life, ever. If you have, you didn't know because you're a dumbass, but it doesn't matter either way. I was like, I actually know and love trans people in real life. Even if I didn't, I would tell you bitches to choke on my dick. And honestly, the line that made them the most mad, other than me saying their ass stinks, was I told them to suck my dick. And then I said, actually, suck it from the back because I don't want to look at you.
That's the new Marshall Show jingle. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I should start saying that in the end of my videos? I will use looking from the back. I don't even want to look at you, you chud. What we thinking? Okay? What we thinking? We like that? No? Probably don't like that. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's not that good. It's not that good. Banger. I'm seeing banger. Like, come on. That's not awful. Peak. Oop, that's a banger. That's what I'm saying. Suck it from the back because I don't want to look at you, dumbass. Let's go. Come on. I did say this is a true thing. I told everybody on my Instagram. When I get to 1 million followers, I will get a fursuit and I will have a fursona. I said that. So let's get it ramping up.
And that line, I'm not kidding, has made women freak the fuck out at me. These TERFs, they literally are like, that's so disgusting. That's so unladylike. And then they start calling me a man. I was like, oh, so.
You know, interestingly enough, I see a lot of people saying that Drew is trans and that's the reason that she's writing for trans people so much. And like, now we're like, obviously there are already misogynists for talking about trans women that way as a whole. But now, like, you're telling a cis woman that they look trans because of whatever gender norms that you think she does not align with. That, like, you are literally going backwards into conservative dog whistles. Like, you guys have to understand that what you're saying is not good. You're not doing anything good for women. You're literally taking the whole, you're bringing them back to the Stone Ages, you know? Like, it's not good what you're doing. It's not, man.
So you are transphobic? Oh, wait, so you are transphobic. Okay, I knew it.
You know when you're like alone for a minute and then you like touch your partner or you have sex and you get like that burst of oxytocin? Yeah. I just had that.
The endorphins just released.
Yo.
That song that...
This podcast is a little rowdy. I'm like, I didn't know this podcast was that rowdy, y'all. This podcast gets a little rowdy. They get a little dirty. I mean, I'm 25, you know, but it's like, I didn't know they get like this. They letting everything out. I'm like, you know, like, damn.
Justin Bieber song where he's like, life is worth living. That's how you felt.
That is how I felt. I'm obsessed with these cis women that hate trans women because I think that it is also a confession of like, hey, I really had to do everything I was told my whole life. And you have not.
Yeah.
You've not been in this like
you cut the line.
Yeah, I grew up in hell. You know what I mean? Like my uncle was calling me hot when I was 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's actually no way for me to be that makes people happy. If I'm annoying, people wish I was dead.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't join.
So we're definitely getting into like, we're about to get into definitely what the whole controversy is about, because you can already tell that they're setting up the scene to talk about, you know, trans women's idea of womanhood and cis women's idea of womanhood. So we're getting into it definitely. I will say I can see why some people may feel off put by like the uncle stuff and like the assault comparisons. But I think we're watching this podcast and we can tell that they're very rowdy and let's say very not vulgar, but I think they're trying to be very entertaining and may come off kind of weird. I don't think it's like them actually having this stance per se, but we don't know. But I'm just saying I'm just telling you guys what I think from what we saw so far together, you know? So we're getting into the juice, guys. We're getting into the juice. So let's see how it goes. Because this is it. This is definitely it.
Me here.
Yeah,
And, like,
exactly.
and what are you fighting for?
No, for real.
What are you
and
fighting
who are you
for?
fighting for? I've even told them before, like I've said this many times already, so having to say it again pisses me the fuck off because I don't explain myself to bigots. Like I was like the only like you want me to validate you and your transphobia. I'm not going to. I hate TERFs. I hate transphobes. I've been that way forever. And I've like obviously I have many followers who are trans, and so a lot of them were like, "Thank you for always defending us." And I was like, "You guys stand behind me as long as you want, bitch. I don't give a fuck till you feel brave enough to come out."
Agreed, man. Y'all, whoever, if any of you guys are trans in the comments, in the chat, you know I got y'all till the day I die. I'll be there like these. Like these. I'm telling you, just like these. I'm going like, I'll protect y'all. I got y'all. Go right behind. I got y'all. I swear I do. Like, I swear I do. I swear I do. You know? So it's like, because trans people need cis allies. Trans people need cis allies. They need cis allies. So, Marshall.l.l podcast, I don't know if we're there yet. We'll get there one day.
I don't care. Right?
Yes.
I was like, and also, I've told people before, it's imperative that cis women have this conversation with each other. It's imperative that cis women hold other cis women accountable for
Exactly. Like I said, cis allies. You need cis people to be talking about this. There just can't be an echo chamber of trans people supporting each other. Like, we need cis people to support them. You know? Like, that's it's
being
imperative.
transphobic. It's imperative because no one's free till we're all free.
Yes.
And also to think that transphobia will not affect cis women at all is insane. It's already affecting cis women.
I mean,
currently.
especially we can obviously see it in the sports space.
Exactly. And women of color especially. And that's the part that I was like, you think I don't know? I experience it all the fucking time. Like, and it's because I don't fit into these Eurocentric beauty standards. But see, I've unpacked all of my internalized transphobia and biases, so it doesn't offend me when people try to call me a trans person or a man to insult me. That doesn't offend me. And also, I do have a huge dick.
I know
You're
that.
gonna suck it from.
We're twins, ain't we? Twinning, my twin. I'm like, come on, guy, come on, y'all. I had to do it. Y'all know I had to do it. Y'all know I had to do it. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Come on, I'm just joking. Come on, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. All right, clip it. Someone clip it. Clip that, chat. Someone clip it. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
The back.
And I would.
And that's a fact, bitch.
Yeah, and I'm down with it, actually. I'm like stuttering. I'm like, wait, are we doing that now?
Getting nervous.
Yeah, no, like, okay.
The tension. I thought Drew was a married woman.
Fortunately, the programming for cis women it's kind of sad sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
And
yeah.
I
Here it is. We made it to the part because I remember that one line. So everybody, we're gonna go back to just me. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's still just me. My bad, guys. Um, so we're at this point in the video. Okay. And I'll go back just so you see. Hold on.
I'm like, actually, no, your womanhood is not your. Definitely the. You know what?
We'll go. That's my. Yeah. I'm sorry. All right. I'm Unk. I'm Unk. We'll go back 20 seconds.
My truest thought on this is that I think that trans women have a more beautiful understanding what womanhood is.
Oh, let's go back even more.
Offend me when people try to call me, and that's a fact, bitch.
Yeah, and I'm down.
We're about to get there.
I'm like stuttering. I'm like, wait, are we doing that now?
Getting nervous.
Yeah, no, like, okay. You know what? My truest thought on this is that I think that trans women have a more beautiful understanding what.
Okay, so we're here. So now I can go back because that's what I meant to do. We're here. This is the clip that everybody has been going crazy about. Okay, so everybody who is here, it's time to buckle up, look at it, understand it, analyze it, so we can really come to a conclusion on if what they are saying is so offensive, so horrible, and so disgusting. We're gonna see, because we saw the whole context of the entire conversation so far. So we're gonna see if ER is someone who should be bashed and killed, or if they have a point, or maybe in between. You know, no need to be biased. So we're gonna see. You guys ready? You guys ready? We're here. Let's go. This is the clip.
Womanhood is.
I agree.
I think that unfortunately the programming for cis women it's kind of sad sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so let's go back one more time, just so we are clear.
What womanhood is. No, like, okay.
One more time.
You know what? My truest thought on this is that I think that trans women have a more beautiful understanding what womanhood is.
I agree.
I think that unfortunately the programming for cis women it's kind of sad sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
And
yeah.
I'm like, actually, no, your womanhood is not your role.
Mm-hmm.
Your womanhood is not your status.
Okay. It's funny because I'm listening and I immediately understand what they're saying. Right? I immediately understand what they're saying. And I will try to be as fair as possible to both sides. Do I think saying the term more beautiful could anger people? I understand why it does. But I feel like it's important to hear exactly what they said.
It is. Trans women have a more beautiful understanding what womanhood is.
Right?
I think
And hear
that
this. Unfortunately. So to me, the fact that ER said unfortunately, I think to me that signifies that they are coming from a place of allyship and not in a case of trying to push them down or anything like that. Because you could tell that they're already going to start talking about the patriarchal effects and everything like that. You can already see it. So I don't think when they said more beautiful, they meant better or anything like that. It seems like they meant, you know, the lens is more pure because of the ability to not be in the patriarchal lens as much, you know? But let's continue.
Programming for cis women it's kind of sad sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
And
yeah.
I'm like, actually, no, your womanhood is not your role.
Mm-hmm.
Your womanhood is not your status in society, and your womanhood is not your ability to be sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
So The first parts I do understand. Again, like we talk about, a lot of cis women do believe that what makes them a woman are these things that should not be tied to your womanhood. And I think when we talk about certain trans women, they're able to identify that they are a woman without going through that lens. Now, the last sentence talking about their ability to get sexually assaulted, that has been um, very contentious as well. I actually don't know what they meant in particular. I think from seeing the first clip about talking about the uncle and everything, I think what they're trying to say is that certain cis women talk about the woman experience of having to deal with assault and domestic abuse at an overwhelmingly and disproportionate level. That's the only thing I can extrapolate from what they said that makes any amount of sense. I don't think they're talking about genitals. I don't think they're saying that men can't get assaulted. I think they're saying, in the lens of patriarchy, cis women sometimes assign their womanhood to the actual crimes that are just disproportionately um, given upon them. That's the only thing I can try to extrapolate again. But if I'm wrong from that assumption, then I'm wrong. But that's the only thing I can think of that makes some level of sense. Because obviously that's a pretty rash um, statement to make. So that's the only thing I can think of. If you guys think it's anything else, please let me know. Do you think did you guys take it that way? Um, Let me know, because I truly don't know. I think that's the only thing I can think of. You know, am I crazy, or do you guys think I'm making sense? You know, you guys think I'm cooking? I just want to see. And then we can keep watching. I also think it's a bit of a sanitization of turfship cis femme transphobia to imply that a lot of transphobic cis women are transphobic because of patriarchy and jealousy. It's okay to get distracted. We're all just bringing up assault period is unnecessary. That's fair. Yeah, I think ER stating that probably wasn't a good idea. Just optically, when you bring up things that are that sensitive, um, it's never gonna come out well. And I think that is something I would definitely not want them to say. Not even in the sense of that they have no validity in what they're saying or they're completely out of whatever, but it's just like when you say a statement like that, that's going to anger so much people. And you can say you don't care, but like optically, especially because they aren't a trans woman and we're talking about trans women in this scenario, it's like you don't really want to give fuel to the fire so people can get really upset about it. Although at the same time, this podcast didn't spur any controversy until some random rabid conservative reacted to it. You know, so it's really just a lose-lose scenario, it seems, and it sucks. But I definitely wouldn't have said that. I just wouldn't have said that. Just optically. And there's a bunch of things I would have said. Like I feel like what they said in the beginning wasn't as harsh. So I don't know. Let's keep watching, dog.
And this trans debate that's like centering all on, well, like if a quote unquote man in a dress is in a bathroom, he will rape me. I'm like, okay, well then it sounds like the problem that we have is that men are going to rape and women are fearing rape their whole lives.
Right.
And when you talk to trans women about their womanhood, they talk about it, like almost gets me choked up. They talk about it in such this like beautiful, expansive way.
Yeah.
Of like it's this feeling I always had.
Yeah.
You know, it's this truth I've always known. It's the most beautiful parts of me. It's my softest self. And I don't feel that from cis women right now because I think the propaganda is so strong.
I agree. Yeah.
And I love women. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with women. I'm obsessed with all women. I really am obsessed with all women.
Yeah.
And I want cis women to stop letting men be a barrier to their identity.
Yeah, absolutely. I've even told cis women when I defended Dylan. I've defended Dylan many times, but I defended her when she put out her song because TERFs, once again, were attacking her and saying that her song was like basically saying she's vapid. It was like
derivative.
Yeah, it was a derivative of women. And I said, that's her experience with women.
I haven't watched the video. You know, I haven't seen Dylan Mulvaney's videos.
Notice how she never said, this is the experience of all women. That's her experience as a woman. But even, let's just say that is what she was saying. She's talking about taking her meds, right? She's talking about for her both.
Okay, so like, let's call a spade. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. At the end of the day, I'm a cis man. So maybe I don't understand. I have privileges, you know, and maybe, you know, I just need education and I need people to talk to me. Although it's like, it's just one of those things where I feel like it probably wasn't a good idea to even mention assault or anything like that to describe the womanhood, just because I feel like it's not really effective for your point. You know, it's like one of those things that instantly trigger people, and it's very, very close to a lot of people. And not everyone feels that way either. So like, I feel like it probably wasn't the best to emphasize your point to make a metaphor of like this whole stigma of trans women going into like, you know, bathrooms and R-wording other women. It's like to use that and to paint a picture of like cis women having those experiences are part of the womanhood. I think that might be I think it might be a little harsh, you know. Let's see some comments. Let's see some chats. Let's see. I think it's obvious that that's what they're trying to do. I just don't think it's correct. I don't think I've ever actually seen a trans woman ever subscribe to the divine feminine or even use the words the most beautiful part of me, like ever. I'm with you, but it's fair to assume a conversation around TERFs is really focused on. Yeah, I think that's also a thing too that a lot of people try to argue, because obviously what makes a woman does not have to be your femininity or does not have to be your softer side or anything like that. So to be like, you know, their version of womanhood is better because it's soft and it's pretty and it's feminine, and it's like, well, that doesn't define womanhood either, you know, from what I've garnered. But I do agree they should have spoken with more care. You can't be too loosely goosey with your metaphors while you're speaking about something so sensitive. Yeah, exactly. Especially because they're not trans women. They're not trans women, so they're speaking for the communities and they're trying to back them up, obviously. But now you're using language that might be seen as really harsh. So it's like you're almost putting them in a situation that they don't really want to be in, you know? Because I'm not sure how much trans women would have said exactly what ER said in that moment. I'm not sure if there's a lot of trans women that would say that, you know, especially on a podcast. Not saying they wouldn't be valid for doing it, because obviously they get to define their womanhood however they want to. But it's just one of those things where it's like, optically, it might have been a little irresponsible. It's just a little much. But let's finish it off. 'Cause I'm guessing that the conversation doesn't run that
For
much
her
longer.
transition, but also for her mental health. She's talking about having a one night stand, right? Are any of those things bad? And I told them, like, because when Sabrina Carpenter makes jokes about getting Eiffel Towered on her fucking tour, everyone's like, I love when women are sexual. And me too. I love it. But see, when trans women have the exact same conversation, all of a sudden you want to talk about, we're more than just a pair of tits. No shit, bitch. I know that. Dylan knows that. Sabrina Carpenter knows that. We all know that. It seems like you're the only person who doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And I was like, there is nothing wrong with any of those things. Just because women are engaging in them doesn't make them bad. But it speaks to what you said, which is like, it's almost like that's the most, like, convicted they feel in themselves is their womanhood, what their idea of femininity is, what their idea of womanhood is. And I was explaining to even me, I was like, I am a cis woman, right? I identify with the gender that was assigned to me, but I am not a thin white woman, right? So my experience with womanhood is going to be different from a cis thin white woman. We're going to have two different very experiences of womanhood. Is yours more valid than mine?
Right.
No, right? So it's really all the fucking same, isn't it? Also, whenever I say gender is a social construct and it's made up, their minds spray against the wall behind them. They immediately are like, what the fuck are you even talking about? And I'm like, see, you're not smart enough to have this conversation with me.
It's different. That is always the frustrating.
And again, okay, so I'm gonna say a few things. I'm gonna say a few things. I don't care about Sabrina Carpenter, but I will say that, like, first, you can tell that these people, they really aren't trying to bash cis women. They aren't. Like, they aren't trying to paint trans women's womanhood better or grander or more superior than cis women. That was never their intentions, and you can see that from the conversation, because they're saying that all these experiences are different. And I think people get caught up on the word beautiful, because beautiful doesn't necessarily mean better. It's more of the lens that the womanhood occupies in, you know? Like, if I was going through the world and I was just really, and obviously beautiful is a positive term. Pasha, thank you. Pasha's back. Pasha's back. Thank you, Pasha, so much. Thank you. But what was I saying? It's like, sorry, Pasha got me tweet out. I guess what I was trying to say is, it's not like it's a better womanhood. The lens is more positive. The lens is more pure, just because a lot of these trans women don't have the same experiences. Not meaning their experiences isn't less valid, but it's just not the same. You know what I mean? So you can tell that they really aren't trying to offend cis women, even though that's what happened. But their motives are pure, it seems. You know? And also, if it's okay, I gotta pee really quick. I'll be right back. Less than 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. If you go somewhere, I'll kidnap you. And I'm not joking. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Are we ready? Are we ready to go? Let's continue.
Part is you're like, we
Magnolia, I'll be live every day at 8 o'clock Eastern. Let's go. 8 o'clock Eastern. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. I remember where we were, don't worry. Okay.
And talking about, and I'm like, see, you're not smart enough to have this conversation
it's
with me.
different. That is always the frustrating
Oh,
part.
and then the other thing I was going to say is that when it comes to gender as a construct, they really hate that because it's like, if gender is a construct, then how can you say that, like, you have this innate feeling of being a woman or whatever? But we have to realize, come on now, a construct doesn't mean this stuff doesn't exist, right? A construct means that we took a concept and we assigned everything to it, and these things were just literally created and assigned by man. It's a construct that we created. Not saying that gender isn't a thing. That doesn't mean gender would have never existed. It doesn't mean that gender is it's just a myth. It just means that we took what a feeling and an innate identity and we assigned a bunch of stuff to it, and now we have an idea of what gender is. But that's a construct that we actually assigned to gender. Does that make sense? You guys understand what I'm saying? You know, because people love to be like, well, use it as like a rebuttal. So I remember I reacted to a person that was saying, okay, well, if gender is a construct, then if you were put into a civilization where gender isn't a thing, then like, what would you do? You know, and it's like, just because gender is a construct doesn't mean it will just cease to exist if society restarted or something. You know, these people are still going to have these feelings. They're still going to have these identities. It's just we're not going to coin it. We won't know what it is. We won't know how to describe it. Maybe, you know, we won't know what to say or anything like that. But those feelings aren't just going to change because these feelings are innate. These feelings are not just environmental factors. You understand? So like, I don't know. Let's keep watching.
You're like, we are creating arguments to protect people.
Yeah.
And so we do our research.
Right, exactly.
And they are manufacturing our arguments to tear people down. And so they actually are just pulling shit out of their stinky little asses. You know what I mean? And so you're coming over here being like, you know, Judith Butler would say. And they're like, but he sounds dumb.
Yeah, exactly. I used the term white feminism because I was saying TERFs perpetuate white supremacist ideology, which is white feminism, and white feminism is void of intersectionality. And if your activism isn't intersectional, it doesn't fight for everyone, right? And it's racist most times. And I said I said all of that to someone, and then she goes, "White feminist? This person is black." Then I'm like, and then I literally wrote back to her, Google the term white feminism, study up, and then come back to me. You're not smart enough to have this conversation with me. And I said, notice how when I made my original video, I didn't start with, this is why TERF rhetoric is harmful. I said your ass stinks. That's why I said it, because there's no point. I said that.
I already said the truth. Your ass.
And then, so people always like are using ad hominem, but you know, and I don't use ad hominem really ever. But at a point, it's kind of like, I don't really want to have a conversation with you. Like, there's no point. It's not going to be constructive. It's going to be really annoying. So, you know, how about just like suck my dick and get the hell out of my face? you know? Because what people have to realize is if you are a trans activist or if you're trans or you're an ally, you don't have the responsibility to teach bigots. If you're trans and people are going to you and they're trying to get you to explain your identity, you don't have to do it. Because, like, who are you to force me to explain my existence to you? Like, you don't even have, like, it's not my prerogative, you know? So it's like, it's just annoying, you know? It's annoying.
Stinks.
I was like, there's no point. I had no interest in having the conversation with you because you don't want to learn.
And you don't have to have literature on that, sweetie. You just have to have a nose.
Just a nose. And you know what's funny? In there, I said, and your breath stinks too. It's probably from all your fucking gingivitis. I said all kinds of mean shit. And then this girl commented on my video and said, period to this video, but also just want to say one of my coworkers is a huge transphobe and he has the worst breath I've ever smelled in my life. And I said, and when I tell you I'm a scientist, believe me. Or whichever
It's
one
just
works
biology.
for you. No. And I was like, it's a scientific fact. I told you.
If you're transphobic, your breath stinks. And that's a fact. Smells good to me. I'm like,
you all have poop in your butt. And you're just mad at me because I know. And I'm telling everyone.
This is the most powerful, like, this is my mantra now.
And that's what
You've
makes
got
me laugh.
poop in your butt.
There's people saying, oh, she's such a fake feminist. And
also, if you guys want to support me and join the niche club, how about you become a member on YouTube? Huh? I forgot how much I said it on. It's probably not like $1,000. I don't know how much it is. I'll make it $5 if it's not. But be a member. I don't know. Just try to support me. Who knows? I don't know.
all I did was I told transphobes that they have poop in their butt. And somehow that makes me not a real feminist.
Bro, what makes you a realer feminist than being than knowing that transphobes have shit in their ass?
So I was like, I did the research.
That's actually empathetic. You can
Not my quality drop in. I'm like,
I'm empathizing with their existence. They've got shit in their ass.
Like, I was telling my sister I was getting annoyed because I don't. First of all, I don't want.
I'm not a rich man. You know what I mean? I'm struggling. Sue me.
I want to see turfs. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to see what you say. I don't care about anything you believe in. But more than anything, I was like, this.
All right. Technical difficulties. Oh, no. No. Okay. Hopefully we're fine. Hopefully we're fine.
Discussion. Imagine it.
That's old. I don't know why that happened. Okay.
Like this. I'm walking by and I go, don't want to interrupt. Don't want to take too much of your time. Your ass stinks. All right, have a nice day. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I needed.
That's the ground rules.
Just in passing. I didn't want to have a conversation with you.
It's like the opposite of catcalling, but it is really similar. It's like the guys actually don't want the women to be like, yeah, no, I'm free.
When they're like, do you want to hang out now?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
No, they just want to be like, titty alert.
So anyways, I've been doing that this week, but I was like, fighting off turfs like
God
a
bless.
motherfucker. It feels like World War Z. They're like, ah.
They're so hungry.
I know.
For human
my
flesh.
God. But we do have some fun facts about you. So I do.
Okay. 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 So. That seems to be it. That seems to be, sorry. That seems to be the whole stream. Okay? That was the whole stream. At least when it comes to that part. What do you guys think? Like, seriously, what do you guys think about that huge clip we watched? Because that was the extent of everything that they said. Do you guys think or do you guys understand why the controversy was so strong? You know, what do you guys think about it? And Apollo, we're gonna be look every day 8 o'clock, and eventually we'll get to. My goal is 100 live viewers consistently every stream, and I want to get there by the end of the year. So we'll see. But it's like, do you think they had any validity? Do you think that the controversy and do you think the outrage was valid? Like, what do you guys think? You know, everybody, 19 people in here. I want to hear you guys' take. Let's listen. I want to talk about it. I think they were coming from a place of goodwill, but it was definitely very ignorant. So I can see why the controversy was so strong. Yeah, I do. I understand that too. I think just having this conversation the way they did was always going to cause some level of outrage. And I think having a more sensitive conversation, especially for trans women there, um, would have been responsible. I think the fact that so many transphobes ran with it sort of spoke for itself, honestly. Yeah, it's kind of like you don't want to give conservatives bait, you know? You didn't hear anything they said? Play the whole clip again? Okay, yeah, I got you. Hold on. All right, we're going back. We're going back. Like, it's over. It was way too black and white for a hypothetical they made up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It was I think they needed to have more grace with this conversation. I think that they didn't have bad intention to say something stupid, but the level of outrage or whatever didn't feel justified to me. No, this outrage is not equal to the conversation. This outrage is solely because a conservative ran with it and now they're spreading hateful ideologies. Like, there's no way you can look at the clip and come to the conclusion that now you're transphobic or something like that. There's no way you come to that conclusion. What's up? I think it said Koku. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Thank you for being a big fan. But like, there's no way you can come to that conclusion. Like, the reason why it got so big is because people were already transphobic. There's no way people saw that podcast clip and got so outraged to the point where they're like trying to make her platform get removed. And I know that Drew had, or actually, do you guys want to see Drew's response videos? I think she has 2 response videos. We can maybe watch it. Let's do that. You want to do that, guys? Let's watch Drew's response. Let's watch her responses.
I'm in a very bad mood.
Okay. So this was the first response. This happened basically right when people started talking about it. And this was a very raw reaction. This was on the 9th. Okay. So let's see what's going on here.
Yo, I have something very awful and terrible I have to deal with today. So I'm gonna make this one video for all of the TERFs that are just now finding me. I'm in a very bad mood right now, so forgive me if it's crass. Video that you guys are getting fake outraged over with my friend Fightmaster is over a year old. The fact that you're pretending to give a fuck now means that you guys saw one alt-right MAGA-loving creator make a video espousing TERF rhetoric, and now you want to get clicks and likes too. Which means you didn't go and watch the episode, you didn't do any of your own research.
Like, when we hear this, you can, and this happens to any kind of controversy, when someone goes through it, they first dismiss it, especially if they think they're correct. It's like, you guys are just TERFs and you guys are just wild, so I'm not even going to pay this mind. And that's kind of a valid thing to think, because in her perspective, they had this podcast that was a year ago, and people are talking about it all of a sudden and trying to cancel her It's like, especially if the person who made this popular now was a conservative, I get being um, upset about it, but it does come off as really dismissive, and it does dismiss the actual constructive criticism that people did have, which people did have. I wouldn't say majority of the people, but people did have constructive criticism. So from hearing this, I can see why people might feel dismissed. But let's continue.
And that's embarrassing. So I'll go ahead and catch you up. The conversation being had is about how trans women most oftentimes identify with femininity and womanhood, sometimes even better than cis women do. There's an entire discussion to it. Maybe you should.
And again, femininity does not mean you're a woman or anything like that. I understand what you're saying, but I just want to make that clear.
Should go watch it before you pretend to get mad. Either way, saying it's misogynistic to agree with a trans woman on what it means to be a woman, and then in your defense of that talking point, saying things like they don't know what periods feel like or they don't know what childbirth feels like is really fucking
What's good, Alex?
stupid and embarrassing for multiple reasons. Overarching though, it's bigoted and transphobic. Ironically though, it's also misogynistic. Reducing womanhood down to your uterus and what it does is quite literally a pillar in misogyny. That is quite literally.
And that's not disputable. That is a pillar of misogyny and patriarchy, reducing a woman to their reproductive organs and their gender roles in a patriarchal society. So people who are trying to say, "Oh, you don't know what a period it is," sorry, you don't know what a period is, you don't know what giving birth is. It's just, and it will never be a good rebuttal when talking about a woman and their womanhood. It will never be good or progressive or productive. So people who are using that as rebuttals, you guys are gooking, like you guys are going crazy.
Literally a tenet of patriarchy. Reducing women down to being able to have periods and create babies is a huge misogynistic talking point. Weaponizing it to discredit and invalidate trans.
I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, sorry.
Trans women also makes you a transphobe. Believing in feminism unless trans women are included makes you a TERF. TERF stands for Trans Exclusive Radical Feminist. JK.
And we know that. We already know that because you guys watched the Marshall show. So I definitely think that's a bit of a sanitization of the episode on her part. I feel like ER low-key used trans women being able to identify more femininity as a negative more than a positive. I definitely agree with trans women are women. I don't think Drew was really engaging with ignorance as much as ER was, but the femininity point was brought up by ER and not positively. Yeah. I do agree. And not even all cis women can experience a period or, yeah, exactly. They can't. So that's why it's so reducive.
Hey Rowling, ever heard of her? That's what she is. And that's what you sound like when you say shit like that. All of that to say, what's even funnier about these ridiculous videos being made mad at me is that ER is not a man. ER was assigned female at birth. ER is a non-binary lesbian. ER knows all about periods because ER has had them before. You guys really need to work on taking 15 seconds and trying to go viral off of it. It's fucking embarrassing and it's annoying. My stance on supporting trans people has been consistent through the fucking years. If you followed me for real, you should fucking know that. My feminism is
Hold on, the F bombs. I'm trying to stay monetized, dude. What's going on? I'm like
intersectional, unlike a lot of women who claim to be
Vivian, I've been waiting for you. All right? Finally.
feminists when they make videos like that. This entire conversation is stupid, bigoted, and transphobic. If you don't like that I support trans women with my whole fucking chest, unfollow me then, bitch. It's imperative cis women support trans women for fucking real.
Okay. So that was the first video. definitely defensive, but she's rightfully upset because people were wilding, right? Now, people who gave a lot of constructive criticism, she did reply pretty dismissively as well. But again, in this scenario, she's definitely feeling very defensive because people are being really hateful. But that was the first video. It's okay. I'm happy you're here now. Oh, gee. Look at the setup now. Look at the setup now. We've grown so much. And here's the more polished video that was 5 days ago. Okay, so the 12th. This is more polished and more comprehensive.
Wanted to come on here and clear up some stuff. First things first, after conversations I've had with a lot of my trans friends, TS Doc Batty, Kay Poyer, Zaya, Selena, I'll tag all of them below.
Now I have to say, from what I've gathered, maybe we can go look. Yeah, but this woman right here, apparently she said that Drew, they're not friends. And she's been talking about how what Drew is doing is irresponsible and everything like that. And she stated that they're not really friends, that they're like just mutuals and they didn't really talk. So they started having some level of beef too. So just keep that in mind. It's getting real spicy. Definitely, I also don't follow her as much because even in her defensiveness, she stood strong. Her stance on trans rights, I respect. Yeah, exactly. So let's go back.
Hey y'all, wanted to come on here and clear up some stuff. First things first, after conversations I've had with a lot of my trans friends, TS Doc Batty, Kay Poyer, Zaya, Selena, I'll tag all of them below. What they've shared with me is that the biggest issue and critique they have with all of this is, first of all, that trans women are taking the absolute brunt of all of this. At the end of this entire discourse, trans women are being harmed and targeted, and I'm the metaphorical gun pointing at them. And the main critique that they have shared with me is that there should have been a trans woman in the room if you're going to talk about trans women's experiences.
And that is very, very true. I agree with all of that because this discourse really fucked trans women over bad. And the fact there was no trans woman in the room, it's like, damn, it's like, what did we even do? We weren't even there. We didn't even say this. So I do think that's valid criticism.
Which is extremely fair to say. Obviously, in the context of the situation, ER was trying to talk about how TERF rhetoric is specifically targeting trans women, obviously, and weaponizing a very real fear that cis women also deal with. And the entire intention behind the conversation.
Am I tripping? Is someone snoring in the background in her video? I feel like I'm hearing snoring. It's like snoring. I don't know if I'm tripping.
Conversation was obviously to have an open discussion about trans rights, which even ER has said themselves they probably could have worded better. I think if you watch the...
Someone's definitely snoring, right? I'm not tripping. I don't think I'm tripping, right? Like, you guys hear someone snoring too, right? Or am I really going crazy?
Full episode, you can understand it a little bit better, at least what they were trying to say. But all that being said, I have expressed to all of the women that I already mentioned, publicly and privately, that I am so incredibly sorry to the trans women who are now being targeted because of this entire discourse. That is not something that should have ever happened, especially when they were not involved. As far as speaking to the perspective of womanhood, I'm just gonna tell y'all what I think. I feel like, personally, trans women have a much more beautiful outlook on womanhood than myself. The key word being than myself. You don't have to agree with that. The reason why I feel that way, though, is because for me, a lot of my womanhood has been rooted in my fear and anger towards the systemic oppression that we face, towards the violence that we suffer at the hands of men. So my perception of my womanhood has been rooted in suffering a lot. And finding community with trans people, and more specifically trans women, has completely shifted how I see womanhood. It has added color and life to what I perceive to be endurance, if that makes sense. What women have to endure, both cis and trans, is a lot. And it is heavy and it is hard but it is also so beautiful. I know that love is real because I've been loved by women, both cis and trans. And that is how I feel about the perception of my womanhood personally. Again, you don't have to feel that way. But all of that being said, I appreciate my trans friends coming to me and talking to me about this and having this discussion with me. As someone who is a staunch and steadfast ally, obviously y'all know that, I know that I will continue to grow and evolve in my advocacy and the way I can show up for trans people and trans women specifically. But to everyone that is being a TERF, you are not welcome on my page. My feminism includes trans women. I do not weigh one over the other. I weigh cis and trans women the same. And I will continue to fight for both cis and trans.
Yeah, so I agree with what you guys are saying. It's like over and over again, she's really talking for trans women. And it's like you saying that they have like obviously none of it it's not a monolith. So it's like when you say that trans women do have a better outlook or a more beautiful outlook than yourself, that is your opinion and you're justified in doing that. But people aren't gonna agree, and that's okay. But it's like you even making a claim like that is can be seen as divisive, especially since you're not trans. You're not a trans woman. So I see why people are upset. Now, if you're going to be a TERF because of this, if you're not even going to defend trans identities or trans people or anything like that because of this, you're stupid. Because this is, at the end of the day, a stupid TikTok slop discourse that has no bearings on reality. These are influencers talking. So to base your whole ideology off of this or to reverse it because of this, you're crazy for that. That's nuts, you know? So,
If your feminism is not intersectional, it does not help all women. And just to reiterate, I'm so sorry again to all the trans women that are being affected by this. That is not something I ever wanted to happen. And I'm sorry that it did. Anyways, that's it. Make sure y'all.
yeah, it's like you don't really know that. It's almost an assumption. And I understand that trans women probably do feel that way, some trans women. But I don't know if most trans women would ever say they have a more beautiful understanding of womanhood. I don't know if that's even a thing they would really say. It's more of just like an opinion from outsiders. So I can see why that's. So we're gonna go here because she made a lot of videos about this situation. Um, let's see if I can find the first video. It might have been this one.
So I just got off work and I've been thinking a lot about this Drew Afualo
Is Afualo?
issue.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, Drew had a white person who I believe was
Sorry, guys.
assigned female at birth and who may be a part of the trans community who said some frankly stupid stuff. On her podcast, she made this comment, or they made this comment, this white person, that trans women have a greater understanding of womanhood, implying that their womanhood somehow superseded
A more beautiful understanding.
the womanhood of cis women. And at face value, I believe this person thought they were making some big, profound gesture, as a lot of white liberals do, to like throw themselves at the feet of trans women and exalt our divinity and show that we should be protected and honored and respected. But it's actually bullshit. Like this person didn't believe that. None of them believe that kind of crap. They just wanted to outwoke the woke and to see more down than the down. And it's strictly performative and it's utter nonsense. Because if you scratch and sniff under it just a little bit, you realize you're actually backing into misogyny. How can you say that cis women need another person's womanhood to access the like higher forms of womanness? Now, simple rephrases can turn this into a meaningful and true statement, saying that inclusion of trans women gives a more expanded and liberated version of womanhood because it strips it away from some of the chains of patriarchy. Maybe that's true, and even that has to be workshopped a bit to be something that isn't harmful, I think, to cis women. But at its simplest form, it's easy enough to say that womanhood has diversity. It's inclusive of trans women and cis women and people who don't use those labels, and that acknowledging those differences does not erase or negate the experiences of anyone under the woman umbrella. And you can say that, and it can be that simple. You don't have to make it more profound. But what this white lady did, a white person did, I don't really know their gender identity. They're like a butch presenting lesbian, as far as I can tell. Again, I'm not about to learn more about them because I think they fake as shit. What this person did was actually put us at harm's way because they created a conversation that has become a lightning rod for all that.
You know, I'm not sure if ER was even trying to be performative. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Very polarizing discourse. I'll probably have to go back and see more information about what she was saying because that's a whole
Hey
different
y'all.
sector about it. But it's like, wow, this discourse has been insane. Absolutely insane, you know? Um, wow. Just wow. Well, that was that. That's what the whole discourse was about. Does it fit the outrage? No. No, I get people's constructive criticism, but as a whole, no. And if you're looking at this and you're transphobic now, you're a loser, man. Like, really, really, really. You know? So I want to ask you guys that are here, do you guys have anything I want to react to for later streams? Because today was kind of a test stream just to see how it went. And it went pretty good, I thought. But do you guys have anything you guys want me to stream in the future? You know? Yeah, the delay is pretty bad. You know? Do you guys want me to react to something in particular? What should I react to? Again, people were talking about that EDP documentary, and I do not want to do that. And I'm not reacting to that either, Secret. I'm not doing that. You want me to get banned before I even started? This is my livelihood. Why are you doing me like that? I can't say whether I think ER was being performative or not because honestly, I don't know. They don't seem to have spoken up at all throughout this entire thing, so could be, but I don't follow them. So yeah, I haven't seen them say much either. I think they put out one video, which I probably should have watched, but I don't know. You're right, I should probably make a Discord channel. You don't want to know what two girls, I can't even say it. You don't want to know. It's a bunch of poop. I'm happy for your dynamic. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think they were being careless, but I don't think they were at least purposely trying to be performative. I think they're honest with their what they were saying. That's what I think, you know. But maybe I'm wrong. Honestly, I'm not too online, so I don't know BoJack about current events except what is covered by a guy named Jay the Slop Frog. Have you considered reacting to music, new albums, favorite albums, or would copyright holders annihilate the VOD? Yeah, I can't do that. The whole thing gives she a little confused, but she got the right spirit. I don't think she should have been given. I don't think she should have been given more. A little. You think she should have given more? I get what you're saying. Fuck it. Trump tweets. Yeah, I don't think he tweets. I think he's on Truth Social. Truth Social, or maybe he does both. I don't know. I try not to go on either platforms anymore. Yeah, I'll probably react to something more, maybe something more fun. I don't know. Opening CS cases. I don't think that's not my vibe. This isn't about the race dysphoria. I can probably look that up. Hold on. Let's look at that.
Transracial black women like my.
All right, you guys want to watch that? So this is a race dysphoria video. So we're gonna see that.
Myself have a more beautiful understanding transracial black women like myself have a more beautiful understanding of blackness than cisracial black women. And that's what I want to talk about today, especially because of all the propaganda nowadays telling black women to hate themselves. Someone that chooses to present as a black woman every single day, that's incredibly beautiful. One of the most common questions I've been asked is, are you planning on getting any medical procedures to help affirm your transracial identity, like melanin replacement therapy, things like that? And the answer is no. Trans black women are black women, regardless of what our bodies look like. I don't need to change my skin color, or my hair, or my makeup, or any other physical characteristics to prove to you that I am black. Saying that I need to pass as black is actually trans race phobia. It is TERF rhetoric, transracial exclusionary feminism. One second. Oh, and by the way, Free Palestine. My Starbucks identifies as Duncan. Inshallah. Shabbat Shalom. All that good stuff. So I do want to educate everyone on what it means to be a black woman trapped inside a white woman's body, trapped inside an Asian woman's body, which is what I personally am, which means I am both trans Asian and trans black. Transracial identities are valid. My pronouns, which are currently ni hao, are valid. All identities are valid. So if you are here to actually listen and learn, you can stay. But do not call me white. I do not.
So this white conservative, yeah, it's obviously satire. Although unfortunately, it doesn't really matter that it is satire because they're still spreading absolute horrible ideologies. This is a conservative. You'll see anti-woke left, anti-woke right, lesbian commentary on culture and modern social behavior. Right. So if you go look at some of the other videos, you probably, let's see beforehand, like
trans women are biologically women, okay? When they're
like it's just all slop, you know.
Why some women are so threatened by us trans girls because they know
It's slop, right? So and look, and you can see they have the shirts and
I'm a phenomenal black woman.
Reparations. It's just really disgusting and lame.
Shabbat Shalom, Salam. So I wanted to talk about
And that's the issue, that this person is a clear conservative and horrible person, and they're buying into it like she really has a good point, you know?
Since coming out as trans black, I've gotten a lot of
You know what I mean? And it's really
some black
sad.
people were white people first. And on
It's really, really, really sad. I don't know where the video went. Oh, it's right here.
transracial black.
So like, and then yeah, and you look at the comments. You guys can see the comments right here, or at least like up here. Pure transphobia, trying to elude
Women like myself.
that this is the same thing. Like you could just identify as anything. It's just like classic transphobic rhetoric that's been completely debunked years and years and years ago. And there's like, you know, people of color getting into this, you know, trans billionaire. I love that I can appreciate satire. Like it's not just satire. This is straight bigotry. You know, this is awful stuff and people are really thinking it's fine. You know? Like, look at this. And, like, they think they're doing something from using this reflection, but, like, I'm not going to say that my blackness is my ability to experience racism. Like, it's not. So, like, look at that. And letting people just buy shirts that says this. My pronouns are ni hao. Like, are we serious in 2026? Like, are we serious? Look at all these comments. Look at all these people who are like, yeah, I identify as invisible. Oh, look at this. My Starbucks identify as Duncan. That's so funny. You know? Like,
Transracial black women.
it's just really, really, really sad. It's really sad. Because this person really got a lot of people to actually be transphobic, and that's what their mission was to begin with. That's why they wanted to reply to Drew. because you can see, like,
transracial
look,
black
like, let's go
transracial
back.
black
Like,
women
let's go
like myself
to their
have a more
account. You know, it's gonna. I don't want to fall. Okay, cool. Like, you can see that they were on this for
Trans
a
women have a
while.
more beautiful understanding.
They were like, "Oh, I'm reacting to this."
This trans debate that's like centering all on well,
Another reaction to the same thing, you know, and then that's where they're like, "Okay, well,
I'm
we're
a
gonna do this."
phenomenal black woman built from the best. Walk with grace.
Like, are we serious? You know, like, are we absolutely serious? So it's like, that's the reason why I'm so upset about this whole discourse, because it actually allowed these people to get some merit and they really don't have any. So the fact that people think it's like good stuff, it's just sad. You know, it's just sad. That's it. But yeah, probably for next stream, I'm gonna figure out what else I could react to. Probably be more light, more fun than this, because this was a little depressing. But it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be fun. Definitely. You guys had a good time? You guys liked the stream? It was a pretty good setup, right? I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good setup. 20-something people here. I appreciate everyone here. You know? Can't react to that. I reacted to it a lot on my free time. But I thank you guys for being here. Yeah, it will drain me. I'll react to funny stuff and more light things. You know? Thank you, Vivian. You were there from the beginning. Show us some dance moves. Maybe another time. My butt hurts. You know? This isn't the first live. I've been live every day for the last few days, but this is the first live on PC, on desktop. My first desktop live. So, I'm happy you guys had a good time. I am probably going to see you. Well, I will see you tomorrow. And, you know, it's with Marshall. Love you guys. I don't have an outro video yet. I'll have it tomorrow. So it's just going to end abruptly. But I love you guys. Or I'll play the intro one more time. This is where Marshall talks about stuff. Follow me. This is the Marshall Show. This is the best show. The Marshall Show. The Marshall Show. The Marshall Show. The Marshall Show.